Hello and welcome back to Minecraft. My name is Buzzy107, and today, as you can notice, this is a Forever World episode, but we are not actually in the Forever World. We're in my creative flat world where we do a lot of our testing and planning, and today I want to try and get the copper golems a little bit more understood for me. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to clear out our inventory. We're going to come over here and find us an area. And we're going to mock out a area that we want to build in and kind of see what we can do with the copper golems. Because I do want to get this storage set up, and I haven't had any luck with them. So I'm figuring if we can get a little bit of an area kind of sorted out for where we want our storage, we can kind of figure out how to use the copper golems to our advantage in that area. So let me go ahead and get an area set up, and then I'll walk you guys through the whole process of what I'm planning for the actual storage. Alright, so since we're doing a village transformation in this area, I think that having like a barn style area would work really well. So I went ahead and did a 15 by, I want to say, this is 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 15 by 17. So not much bigger than square. And I may actually go ahead and move it out a couple of blocks. So go like that. Which would mean that this would go out a couple blocks. Like that. So we go magenta, cyan, magenta, cyan. Magenta, cyan. Cyan, magenta. Leave this as a 3 wide. Now, I don't know if carpet will block mobs from coming in. I'm going to have to test that as well. But I think it does. So yeah, something like that. That's going to be a silo, which is also going to be our staircase. And then I'm thinking of coming off right about here. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll have like a little area out here for some animals. Maybe I'll actually get me a horse. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, but that makes this 6 wide, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. That should be fine. And then same thing here. And then we'll come in on each of these. And then we'll create a little like pasture out here that basically goes, let's see, let's grab some spruce fences. We'll come off of this block here. I mean, the actual size of it can change. I'm not too worried about the size of it right now. But this is basically what we're going to be working with as far as the overall land area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this up, kind of section off how I want it sectioned off inside. Because the way I'm thinking is if we have the copper golems in an area that's like fenced off, like say this is one area, then This is another. Like if we have them in areas like this, I feel like we might actually be able to go ahead and utilize their ability to sort things a little bit better, like have armor here, have iron, gold, emerald, all that there, have different woods and stuff here, and have different, you know, all the different inventories where we need them, because the only thing that I really want sorted is if I don't do the impulse storage system, I want to be able to have, let me see, because I'm not too worried about having the impulse storage system. I'm more worried about having like a copper chest here, here, you know, here and over here, and then have them sorting into different chests that have at least one block of each in there. So let me go ahead and get this, like the height, the separations and all that kind of figured out, and then we'll come back. Alright, so I think I have it figured out. I got this little dude, he's over here, he's sorting things. I'm trying to, kind of waiting on to do that one to make sure that this guy's actually going to go all the way over to here to sort things. And this is without any redstone right now, it's literally just the copper golem. So I'm going to let him do his job. I'm going to get this guy set up with all the stuff he needs. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go... Alright. And then we're going to go one further, and we're going to get all of these. Now see, if I was better at YouTube, I would have thought about this. But this is what you guys get. And like I said, this is just going to be like a little test thing. It's not going to be the main... probably not going to be the main storage system. Alright, and then I need pale. Cherry. You know what, I can do this. And then I need the warped. This one and this one. Alright. Now, which one is that? That's birch, right? Yeah. That's oak, so that one is jungle, so we'll go boom. And we'll kind of like preload each of these with something. So and then we'll do that and that. We'll do, let's see, oops, wrong one. And then that. not how that was supposed to go. And then I'm gonna grab like a couple more, and then we're gonna wait and kind of see how this goes as far as the sorting goes, because he's moving pretty quick. I think they do 16 at a time. So I want to see how this goes and kind of see where we're at, and if they actually make sure that everything goes into the right compartment, because if it doesn't, then we have an issue. If it does, you know, we're good to go. So let me let this run for a little bit, and we'll see where we're at when we come back. Alright, so this will work. I just need to figure out a way to speed it up, which is probably just by putting a double chest on these guys and just letting them sort that way. Now, this guy did run into an issue over here where he couldn't reach the top shelf. I want to see if that can be fixed just by adding in a little shelf right here. Alright, now he's going to go through and check all these chests down this line before he goes over there. And that's the only problem, is these guys are just, they're efficient, but they're not that efficient. See, he's going to check this, then he's going to stop, think about it, and then he'll check this one. Oh no, he went straight to that one. Alright. Alright, so that sorts that. And then these, what I could do is go ahead and put the wood like blocks, like, you know, these and there and all that, and get all that sorted. So I think that's going to be the easiest way to use these guys. Alright, so it didn't seem to work, unfortunately. So I think I'm only going to be able to have 2 chests high. They can't seem to jump up onto the trapdoors. They can walk up there, but that seems to be about the extent of what they can do. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to let these guys do what they're doing. And we're going to work on the upstairs, which is also going to have some golems in it. And that's going to be for, like, when we come in here, like, more of the specialty stones are going to be on the opposite side. So your diorite, your andesite, your bricks, your sandstone, that sort of thing, things that I'm not really going to be using too much. Figure getting those in there and put away would be great. And then up here will be probably more for the more precious resources. If I do that, I may have those down here. But I want to figure out more than just a floor plan. I also want to get this barn kind of figured out. So I want to get one wall of the barn figured out. Then I'm going to go ahead and get one of the, like, the silo figured out. Yeah. Get the silo figured out, and then we will come back once I kind of figure out a block palette that I'm going to use for this. Alright, so I kind of got a block palette figured out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a reclaimed barn style. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to chop down a lot of trees. I'm going to get a lot of things going as far as like tree chopping and just collecting a lot of different wood types. I'm primarily going to use the browner tones. I was going to use birch, but I feel like birch would be too light to be considered a reclaimed wood. The oak is even kind of questionable with the stripped areas. So I'm thinking that this would probably be the easiest to do. Now as far as the silo goes, I'm thinking let's go ahead, let's do this. I'm thinking a granite. Let's see, granite, brick, mud, packed mud, and probably dripstone, because I could go packed mud, dripstone, granite, and brick. Actually, I think it might be dripstone, packed mud. Yeah. So dripstone, packed mud, granite, brick. And the silo is probably only going to reach... There's going to be 2 levels of this, each one 3 blocks high. And there's going to be 2 levels of this, each one 3 blocks high. And then this one will probably go... probably 3 blocks above the roof. Which I'm just going to do a simple A-frame roof. And when I say A-frame, a lot of people... If you've never seen one, heard it called that, you don't know what it is. So I'm just gonna assume that you may not know what it is, but that's an A-frame roof. And I'm not gonna do it in full blocks. I'm going to do it in probably going to do it with the stone. So it would be like this. And then up here will probably be a half slab. Well, a slab. And that way it's all spawn proof. So I don't have to worry about any kind of spawns coming up on top of the roof at night and catch me if I'm in there, you know, sorting stuff or getting stuff out for a build. Figured that would be the easiest thing to do. And then on top there will be a loft. But I do have a lot of planning to do. I've got a lot of trees to chop too. So that, unfortunately, is going to be it for this episode. I know we didn't do a whole lot, and I know it was a very short episode, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me, and I feel like the copper golems, now that I kind of know how they work, they might be able to be used in some farms. The only farm that I am going to have to make, and I already kind of know how I'm going to do this one, is a mud farm, because I need a lot of packed mud. So that's going to be, let's see, water bucket. And then I need a feeder, comparator, dispenser, dropper, and I want to need a piece of soul sand, and then I want to need some hoppers. So that would be dispenser, dropper, and then, if I'm not mistaken, so this will be soul sand. This would just be, we'll just do a grass block for now. So on top of that, go like this. And this has to go like that. And then it's 1, 2. Bubbles start popping up. And then it's gonna be this and like that, and this and like that. And then that. And then if I'm not mistaken, that's just oh, dang it. Alright, so that's gonna be all water bottles, and then boom boom. And then I don't know if I want to do the dispenser trick here. So what I may just do is redstone, target block, redstone, redstone. I keep hitting the wrong button. Dirt, repeater. Is it comparator or is it? One of them, I can't remember which one it is. But it need the water bottles. So we'll go like this. We'll grab a dirt block and see if I did this right. Alright, so redstone torch, repeater. So, and then target block, and then if I grab that, alright, so if I do chest here, hopper here, so we do that, and then we go So it's now as it's getting. Alright, so it is getting empty glass bottles. So this needs to be changed from a dropper to a dispenser. So now I might have to make it taller, because that should be dispensing, or I'll have to look at some of my other ones, but I got the basic premise of it down now. It's still getting that random, it's still getting a single glass bottle. I think it's supposed to be like that, or no. There is a way the comparator goes in here. Alright. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to work that. It might be redstone dust over here. And then repeater going this way. And comparator going this way. Because it's pulling this, and then target block here. No. Target block has to go here. Redstone here. And then redstone can be so confusing sometimes. Either way, it's El Mango's design. I'll link his video down in the description if I can't figure out one on my own. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Like I said, it's a little bit of a short episode, I know. I'm sorry about that, but I want to try and get all this stuff kind of figured out and make sure I have enough wood so that next episode we can actually build our storage. Because once we have our storage set up and we're not like struggling just to keep everything, you know, in our inventory, we will actually be able to go and start building the village. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and this little bit of redstone and look at the copper golems with me. If you did, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright guys.